A few months ago, ResMed launched the AirTouch F30i Clear. It was a full face mask with a tube-up design and a fabric-covered cushion. And we recently reviewed this mask after it had been on the market for a bit, and we could gauge how well it was received. Overall, I liked it, mostly, and so did you guys, but it wasn't particularly groundbreaking, except for some improvements to its air diffusion system. But it was mostly a mix and match mask from older models that might hit a particular kind of user's sweet spot. And it had been released soon after ResMed's last full face mask, the AirFit X30i, which was also a mask aimed at a more specific audience. Well, now ResMed are launching yet another full face mask only a handful of weeks later. Should we expect something unique and original, something that changes the way we think about what is even possible in a mask? Probably not. Especially since this one is called, wait for it, the AirTouch F30i Comfort. That's right, folks. The name is almost identical to the mask that they just released. And all that's changed is the final word. But what's in a name, eh? Well, to really know whether you should fork out your hard-earned cash on ResMed's latest twist on a mask design, here's my lowdown on the details. Well, hi, Ruben here from RespShop. We've been in the CPAP game since 2008 and have served well over 1 million customers through our online store for everything CPAP, shipping from our central hub in Redmond, Washington. We have this YouTube channel with tips, tricks, reviews, and other CPAP good stuff. And we also have a Facebook page and an Instagram account, so subscribe, follow, and like us on your favorite platforms to stay in the know. Thanks very much. Okay, so if you've already watched our review of the AirTouch F30i Clear, then you already know almost everything you need to know about the AirTouch F30i Comfort. If you haven't yet watched it, click the link in the card above me or in the description below. Now, the only difference between the AirTouch F30i Comfort and the F30i Clear is that the silicone tubing on the Comfort headgear is covered in comfortable fabric rather than left as clear silicone. Get it? Genius marketing. The fabric covering on the F30i Comfort means that the tubing is gentler on the hair, especially if it's long. Or, if you're like me, it's softer on the scalp and less likely to leave red marks. It should also slightly dampen the sound that comes from the air rushing near your ears, if you find that that's a problem with tube-up masks. A potential downside to this added fabric is that it can mean that the tubing is more slippery against your hair than the more grippy silicone. And fabric tends to be more time-consuming and difficult to clean than silicone as well, which is much more wipeable. So bear these things in mind when making your selection. And for those of you who don't want to go back and watch the AirTouch F30i Clear review, here are some of the highlights of that. All of this applies to the F30i Comfort as well. Firstly, it's a full face mask in the hybrid style. And this means that the cushion goes under your nose, not over the bridge, and it has slits that go under your nostrils for nose breathing. This keeps the bridge free, meaning that you can wear glasses at the same time, it's less bulky and obstructive to your field of view. The headgear is a top-of-the-head style, and it has a 360-degree rotation and quick release mechanism. This gives unrivaled range of motion, perfect for those that toss and turn from side to side in the night. And that quick release joint makes bathroom breaks quick and easy. Side sleepers usually love this style as it's made with them in mind. The mask cushion has no hard plastic in it. It is made entirely out of silicone, apart from the fabric that is fused with the silicone in all the places that it will come into contact with your skin. The fabric here does two things. First, it tends to be softer and more comfortable on your skin than silicone. Second, it is moisture wicking, which means moisture is drawn away from the seal areas. And the advantages of this are that you have less moisture buildup against your skin, which improves comfort, and the cushion is less slick, which improves seal. Although this feature of fabric also means that it can be harder to clean, takes longer to dry, and the cushion needs replacing regularly to avoid mold. So it's especially important to stick with ResMed's recommended replacement schedule when you use any of their AirTouch mask range. And although the pure silicone, hard plastic-free cushion is great for comfort and for side sleepers that find plastic in cushions get pushed into their face by the pillow, it has been known to balloon a bit at higher pressures, which can lead to leaks. So this mask might not be the right choice for you if you have higher therapy pressures. But what does that mean? Well, for me, I would consider anything above 12 centimeters H2O in your pressure range that you've been prescribed as on the higher end. And if you have prescribed pressure of 15 centimeters H2O or above, then I would look elsewhere for your mask. But if your therapy stays at or below 12 centimeters H2O and you like using full face masks, then this mask will be very comfortable for you. And your pressure should be low enough that the all silicone and fabric touch points shouldn't face the same issues of leaking as it would for those that have those higher pressure therapy settings. That's my 2 cents anyway. The AirTouch F30i Comfort also uses the newer kind of ResMed air diffusion. They call it the quiet air vent system. This system is definitely an improvement on the drilled hole system older masks use, as it uses filter material to soften the air as it leaves the cushion, which is better for bed partners that might otherwise get blown around. And it's also better for noise levels. The only problem, again, is that it is more effort to clean, and in fact, you can't remove the filter material that's inside that circular disc on the cushion, so you'll need to replace it on the recommended schedule as well. Fortunately, the process of replacing it is very easy, as the diffuser just pops out and back in. All in all then, this mask is great for side sleepers that value comfort against their skin from both the cushion and the headgear. The air diffusion is great too, meaning less noise and a happier bed partner. But fabric is never as good as silicone for leak prevention, so higher pressures might be a problem. And if you're allergic to cleaning, which I know some of you are, my goodness, I've seen some of your used masks. Maybe go for something that makes your life a little bit easier, like silicone. As you can tell from this quick overview, this mask isn't breaking new ground. In fact, it's the same as the AirTouch F30i Clear, but with a little bit of extra fabric on the headgear. There we go, I could have just saved us all 7 minutes. But if you need a full face mask and you like the AirFit F30i, but just wished it was a little bit more comfortable, then this mask could be perfect for you. Mix and match it, baby. And if you're ready to give it a try, you can do so risk-free on RespShop.com, where we have a 60-day, yes, that's right, I didn't make a mistake, we have a 60-day mask assurance policy. That means that you can return it for full store credit within 60 days, even if it's being used. Yes, we like to keep things hassle and risk-free at RespShop. It's all part of our efforts to help you sleep tight. I'll see you on the next ResMed mask release video. Won't be long.